Bald used to be a sign of strength. Male vitality.
Yeah, testosterone,
Yes,
high T.
Yes, high T. He probably can grow a mad mustache.
He can grow a sick mustache. Dude, he looks like,
he purposely shaves. You know that, right?
Oh, he's probably shaving twice a day. He's it grows back by noon. What can I do?
He's been shaving since he was 10.
Dude, do we have any more totally hot Indian clips?
I think we do. I think we have another. We might have another Sabat in there.
We were just talking about this guy who reminds us of this dude. If you don't mind me commandeering for a second,
let's do this. I like it when the producer hops in and shows me content here. What's this guy called?
His name is John C. Hamer.
Center Place. We got to give his channel a shout out here. If we cover these guys, these fools.
He's Canadian, so it's CENTRE.
Yes, like the color has OU.
They're like this breakaway Mormon church. They're not like the mainline church.
Yes.
So they're like, we don't think the book is historical. We don't think blah blah blah.
That's what Victor does with Mind War.
And so yeah, he's
a side demonology guy. He's a shootout breakaway demonologist.
Yeah. So he's. I swear there is a non-zero chance that Victor is seeing these, because I think anyone who goes on YouTube and searches religious topics will find John Hamer's stuff, because it's just so he covers topics that are interesting to everybody. Does God have a wife?
Many wives, I'm sure.
Well, dude, so he does a straight up history. Here's a history of ancient Samaria. And here's the goddess Asherah, and here's what she would have done, and blah blah blah. So he's just like a straight up historian and map maker, and so it's not it's not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting some sort of slant, but there's dead ass no slant.
Ugaritic text.
Oh yeah, dude, he gets all into it.
What is Ugaritic? Can you break that down for me?
Okay, Asherah and the Ugaritic text. So that would have been a period of time or a place called Ugar.
Yes.
Ugar. And there would be texts from that period that are of some significance, and they're just it's just some type of Semitic text. I don't know.
Okay. She's
known as Asherat in Ugaritic. Oh, so that's I think that's the language group is Ugaritic, which is just some Semitic language.
Who's the Jewish guy that does stuff like this? That breaks stuff down.
Oh my God, Dr. Justin Sledge from Esoterica.
Esoterica, yes. You were telling me about him. I've watched a bunch of him.
Dude,
he's really good.
Oh, dude, it's so easy to get into his shit, isn't it?
Oh yeah, he has a level of spookiness to it. He does a lot of dark content, which I like.
Yeah, he'll cover
lightweight.
He knows what people want to hear, which is about how do people summon demons? Can you talk about that?
Yes, I was gonna say demon texts. Breaking, deciphering passages that have something to do with that.
Angelology, Kabbalah.
Yes. Angelology. A lot of people into demonology. I'm into angelology. Angel-tistics. I'm into the angel-tistics. The orphan trains.
Dude, John.
Shout out to Melicom, who might be watching right now. He's homeless now.
We can watch some. If you want to know where that orphan train stuff comes from, we can watch some Mind Unveiled on the show.
Mind Unveiled, is that another channel?
It's this YouTube channel that has a few narratives they buy into and that they propagate. Tartaria, Mud Flood, orphan trains. So America used to be a different empire, and we've covered it up.
Yes, we've covered a lot up.
And then we populated the Western America after we committed a genocide with all of these orphan babies, and that's the narrative.
Well, the genocide was because they were one of the lost Israeli tribes. That's why we were covering that up. Thanks to Joseph Smith, right?
You know what? If it came out that there was a European style society or a Semitic society in America, Mormons would their numbers would double overnight.
Yeah, they need more YouTube channels.
You know what? There's really only, despite having 16 million members, they don't put out a lot of media.
Yeah, even the Mount Shasta guy.
Yeah,
is all over YouTube.
All over. Yeah, Peter Mount Shasta.
Yes, and they don't have more Mormon YouTube channels on their own.
So they're
maybe they have something against it. They have something against Coca-Cola.
Well, maybe it's because
coffee. So YouTube might be one of those vices.
Well, I'm looking for Mormon videos, and now their prophet said hey, you can't. Their current prophet president was like, you can't call yourself Mormons anymore. We don't like that term. You have to say you're a Latter-day Saint, a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
That sounds cooler. That sounds more righteous.
It does.
Latter-day Saint.
Mormon's a little derogatory, and people have been saying that forever.
Yes.
But
it's like saying Eskimo.
Yeah, to them, you know.
It's Inuit, okay, everybody.
Yeah, I guess they can decide what they're offended at. I don't know what light just died. Oh, it's that? Okay. I don't think that actually died.
We're in the middle of a blizzard, so
yeah.
It's like John Carpenter's The Thing.
It's a lot like John Carpenter's
Yes, there's generators going out.
There's dogs being eaten.
Yes. There's an enemy among us, one of those things. Yes, the dogs are turning into crazy creatures that
spiders?
Yes, the dogs are turning into spiders. A head is growing legs and running out the back door.
Dude, I really would love to see a movie that crazy, and then I say that, but then anytime someone shows me anything grosser than that, I'm like, no thanks.
A little too traumatic.
People
get too traumatized with some of that stuff.
Give me melty bubble gum. I don't want to see a child's head get cut off or a dog die. Like, give me.
I just watched Midnight Mass, and there was a dog death in that, and I was like, oh no, and it was a brutal one, and I was like, dude, come on. Like,
right.
Oh, come man.
And that show
bummed me out.
Clips along with nothing happening, 2 hours at a time, and then it's like dog death. Here's what a demon looks like. It just throws shit at you.
Yes. Well, they slowly amped it up, I noticed, with the deaths. They started small, and then they amped up the death and the goriness as it went along.
The reveals in that show are just expert.
Yes, that's one of the things I binged during this blizzard.
Dude, it's been a rough couple of days. Like getting around has been crazy. Like there's been a lot of yelling at snow.
Oh yeah, I've yelling at other drivers on the ice. Yes, I almost got decimated by a couple plow drivers. They work for the government. You think that they drive safe? No, they don't drive safe.
Do you know what the word decimate means? Like where it comes from?
No,
dude.
You're about to esoterica me here.
Yeah, but, dude. In the Roman times, right? When the Romans they would declare like, okay, we're gonna decimate your forces. They would take like a captured army and they would kill every 10th man. Oh, you
destroy some of your forces.
So like deca, it's like intervals of 10, like from the Latin for 10, DEC.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's part of an equation here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it just denotes the number 10. So, like, we're going to count to 10. If it was like, we're going to octonate you, it's going to be like every 8th guy.
Ooh, octonate everybody.
Yeah,
use that
that's
word.
cool. I've never heard that, actually.
Yes, we need to, I'm going to octonate you.
You want to nononate someone that's every 9?
Nononate? Yes.
I want to nononate you for president.
Yes.
I mean,
I'm going to quadrulidate you.
I don't even know what joke I was going for there. I just knew the pun was in reach.
We're making up words here, okay? We're trying to get some things into the dictionary.
Flibbity fly, flu?
Yes.
Fluboo?
Quadrulidate.
You know what?
I'm going to quadrulidate you.
You know what pisses me off? Just on the thing of dictionaries?
Yeah.
Anytime there's like a show and they're like, yeah, no, we had a guy make his... he made their own language and the language like really works, and I'm like, yeah, does it? Because if I were him, I'd fucking lie about it. I'd just be like, you know what,
are more than 50 people using it? You know what I mean, right? Can't be just like 4 of you using this language,
right? It's like if an African tribal language is edging you out, I'd say you're not competing. It's like people that like actually believe in Esperanto. Are you familiar with Esperanto?
A little bit. I've never studied it.
It was pitched in the 70s. I've done some study of it, and it about its origins and stuff. And it was made by a guy who wanted to create the most accessible language to learn from any starting point. So he created a fairly simple language with a really simple alphabet, a little bit smaller than ours. I think it's like 24 characters or something, or 21. And a whole lot of fucking apostrophes. And here's the thing. He wanted it to be like the official language of the UN. It just never caught on, man.
That's shooting real high.
Right
away. Right out of the gate. I need the UN to adopt my new language, please.
Dude, a global language, as cool as that would be, it should just be English.
It's like a one world order.
Yeah.
With languages.
I'm sorry. I hate to be like a language supremacist, but like, show me one good book written in Tibetan, and we'll adopt it tomorrow.
He's a language nationalist.
Linguist. I'm a linguistics nat.
Yes.
Lingo nat.
Yeah,
ooh, no, that sounds too good in a Twitter bio. Someone will pick that up.
You're going to get canceled for talking about your language.
Probably. Oh my God.
Yes,
dude.
your language entitlement.
Dude, it's my entitlement's gonna get me in trouble.
Yes, your English entitlement.
Dude, when my English entitlement and my Catholic guilt collide, it's
Oh my
like
God.
it's why the Irish and the English, they shouldn't breed.
Yeah, when that comes together, that's how militias are started.
It is.
It's pretty close.
Dude,
Is Esperanto anywhere near have anything to do with Latin?
So yeah, actually it does. It has a lot like the roots of it are like Latin root words.
That's what I thought.
And then God, like I believe it has like the sentence structure of like Spanish.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, Spanish is really like snappy.
Yes.
Like in English there's like fucking 9 ways to say one thing. In Spanish there's like one way to say something, and it's a lot less words.
Oh yeah, a lot less words. That's why they talk so fast. They can say so much.
Yeah.
And so quickly.
You know what sucks, man? Like I remember trying to like pick up like Spanish at work.
Yeah.
And like
secondhand, that's even tougher.
I mean sometimes it works if you live in an area with like just Guatemalan people or like just Mexicans, but like no, I'd learn like a slang word for like plastic bag for like from like a Honduran guy.
Yeah.
And then anytime a Mexican person would come up, I'd be like plastico, and they'd be like, what? Huh?
Yes, he had probably one of those localized
Like a
languages,
dialect,
just from where he's from. You know what I mean? There's a lot of places that are like that, like China. You know, they use different kinds of their language in different parts of China. In some places, those words and like letters don't even exist. I tried to get something mailed, some gym equipment mailed here from China, and there was a mix-up. I didn't get it for a couple months because they'd send it to a different part of China, go to a different post office, and they wouldn't be able to read or understand parts of where it was supposed to go to and where it was coming from. Yes, because I finally had to do so. I had to search in Chinese on what was going on. They were like, yes, it's because they have different dialects and everything and different words that there's mix-ups at the post office.
Oh, what a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, imagine, you work at the post office and you get something in your language and it makes no sense and you have no idea.
Dude, people think America's a melting pot. Like, at least we can all understand each other. I mean, within 98% error. Like that. Like, I do believe there are certain people that can understand Appalachians or rednecks or New Yorkers for that matter.
Oh yeah,
dude. Oh, dude.
That's why some of those countries don't have Jeopardy.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Some of those places, Wheel of Fortune. That doesn't happen in Tibet.
Irish Jeopardy would have to be called Double Jeopardy.
Yeah,
everyone there is already in Jeopardy.
It's all double. It's all double Jeopardy. They're all drunk. Yes.
Oh, dude. You rebooting American shows in Ireland, and the spin is always, but they're drunk on whiskey.
Yeah.
Just being racist against my own people here.
I need a Wipeout where they're all hopped up on amphetamines. It'd be more intense, maybe. They'd actually be able to complete the challenges, probably.
Dude, the kind of people that go on Wipeout have amphetamines on their person.
Yes.
They're on I'm on 50 milligrams of Adderall. I feel like a fucking king, guy.
I want to see, the American Ninja Warrior would be cooler if they put those guys on like mescaline or something. Bunch of Percocet Ninja Warrior.
Percocet Ninja Warrior?
Yes. They need to slow those guys down a little bit to try to get through those obstacles.
Dude, people are just like hanging on the salmon ladder.
Yes, they'll have to give them an extra 20 minutes on the clock. That might be more challenging because some of those guys, they practice for like a year or 2 years to get on that show.
I think
make it a little bit tougher.
Some of them would break through because like it's so hard to do things when you're whacked out on drugs. Drugs ruin lives. That's what I've gathered is that it's hard to do things on drugs. But then there are people like your Kurt Cobains, your high-level business executives that do cocaine.
Yes, your Lou Reeds.
And it's like...
your Bob Dylans.
They get so much shit done.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you the one in a million? So like, yeah, totally. If we do Heroin Warrior, we're going to find like the Superman.
Yeah, that's how you come out with Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia.
He did so much in so much time.
Dude.
So many collabs, so many tours.
You know what's weird? That guy I must have just felt so safe on stage because he would.
Oh fuck yeah!
He would do stuff on LSD that is just unimaginable.
Yeah, Santana did it once, and he's been talking about that one time at Woodstock for the last 45 years.
Oh, he won't shut the fuck up about it.
That's like his big thing. I think he's trying to eclipse Hendrix with that, maybe a little bit.
Oh yeah,
because he was famous for
the
doing
headband full of acid
banner on acid. Yes.
That's. Dude, people would always add on to that legend. They're like, yeah, Jimi Hendrix cut open his forehead so the acid would get into his blood. And I'm like, acid goes through your skin, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a dumb teenager.
All
and
he
I
had
know
to do
that.
was sweat, and that was the game over. Might have been an accident. He probably just had it. And
Yeah.
He's probably just storing it. Yeah.
Didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
he's
you
halfway.
don't.
He's halfway through the Star Spangled Banner, and he starts tripping out.
I don't know if anyone knows this, but no one buys acid. You're just given acid.
Yeah.
Some people buy
for sure
acid,
back then, for sure.
But yeah. I mean, like, oh yeah, back then when it's being made by the barrel,
it was handed out like food stamps.
it was as good as food stamps.
Yes,
I'm sure
it was
in
given
many
out
places.
like EBT from the government back then.
Dude,
Kind of. Almost.
it's that's what EBT is at a fish parking lot.
Yeah. They probably accept EBT in the fish parking lots.
At this point, yeah.
I believe that. Yes.
Dude, the custody culture got out of control, man. You know, it used to be pure. Used to be
Yeah.
pure. Now there's all these RVs, rolling around.
Yes, I'm on a budget.
And you know what? They buy up all the nitrous and good acid.
Oh, that's the other big thing. The nitrous, the whippets.
Yeah, people love whippets.
Buying a little balloon of whippet,
And
little air.
it's because like when you're on psychedelics,
Yeah.
they make you immediately lose track of your body.
Okay.
So you like you discorporate, like you like float out of yourself immediately.
Yeah. Then you really feel like an entity.
Yeah, then you're
That's the sound you hear usually too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Have you ever done what? It sounds like metal. Just like someone threw a spoon in a washing machine.
Yes. Makes you feel closer to the DMT aliens, the entities.
I had some the 2-4 times I've done small amounts of DMT.
Yeah.
They've all been very different and very weird.
Really, that's one thing I haven't done. Never touched the DMT stuff.
I think people oversell the high dose thing where they're like, you got to go meet the divine mother and talk to the jesters.
Rogan turned me off, I think.
Yeah.
He hammered it so hard. Sometimes when people hammer things so hard.
Well, and here, you know what Rogan took? Rogan took the toad venom shit. He didn't even take
I don't know the toad venom.
So there's NN-DMT, which is the stuff that makes you see jesters and stuff.
Okay.
And then there's 5-MeO-DMT, which typically isn't visual. Yeah. You smoke it, and then you either go to a void of complete blackness or complete whiteness.
Jesus Christ, dude.
And the experience is almost always described as you become God, you meet God, you merge with God, or God like yells at you.
That's too much for me, dude. I'm already just trying to live my fucking life. I'm trying to live my best life. I don't need to experience what it's like to be God. I don't.
And then
how maniacal are you? I need to be like God. I need to be as close to God and feel like God.
Have you ever heard of? I believe
it's a little much.
Experience is called theoria, where you experience, or maybe it's apotheosis. I can't remember I'm bad with Greek.
These are all new words for me today.
But like, there's a word for when you like meet the divine, and it's like a brain crippling experience.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I was on mushrooms once, and I thought I talked to something divine, and if I was tripping on mushrooms.
That can get you to the point where you're ready to check yourself in someplace.
Totally, dude. You go into mushrooms and atheist, and then you come out and you're like, I think I just talked to God.
Yeah. The burning bush.
Yeah, like that.
That's what happened to Moses.
Like
maybe.
So bright you can't look at it. That's actually how I would describe it. Like it was really weird.
Yeah, that's how the binding of Isaac happens.
Well, no, and then it's like, man, you might need to take more mushrooms, because then what happened is it starts talking to you without words and shit.
Oh, whoa.
It's like downloading like whole gigabytes of information into your head, and you're like, okay, thank you.
Yes, we've talked about how that might feel like it's its own being. That's how it communicates with you.
Yeah.
Just,
But it might just be your left brain talking to your right brain, because when they do MRIs of people on psilocybin, it shows full brain interconnectivity. So like every part of the brain is talking to every other part of the brain.
That's wild.
Yes.
That's actually very wild.
It's part of why neuroplasticity can occur, because there are parts communicating with each other that haven't in a while or haven't.
So it's easy to convince yourself that this is almost spiritual.
Oh, totally real.
Because you're forgetting to tell yourself that this is just your brain messing with you a little bit.
Even if you have that slight awareness of I took drugs, like it does, it feels so real.
Yeah.
That sometimes realer than reality. It can just really fuck your shit up. Like people don't talk enough about how traumatic psychedelics can be. I've talked about it before on your show.
Yeah, we talked about this on PMAG.
Yeah.
The other Kill Podcaster show that Tanner hosts. on killpodcasters.com.
Go check it out.
Yeah, Spotify.
But that's the main issue is like, you know, losing your mind.
Yes, dude. A lot of losing your mind. Dude, also, we talked about this, not to change gears or anything. We did a stream on your Twitter the other night, and we mentioned the aliens in Miami.
Yeah.
We talked about this a little bit. I grabbed a couple videos.
Please, because me and my partner, we couldn't find any videos.
Type in Miami. I've got a part 1 and a part 2 to this, and one guy's going to break down what happened. There was a bunch of...
Is this really well-manicured African-American fella?
No, not in this. I didn't know. Because there's a bunch of these explaining what happened. But,
wait, we got another
scene outside the Miami Mall last night with a ton of policemen showing up on the scene. I mean, like hundreds of officers and 60 police cars trying to restore order on the scene. It was reported that a bunch of teenagers were starting fights and letting off fireworks in the mall, but why was there this big of a police response? Well, rumors started to spread that it wasn't caused by teenagers, but 7 to 10 foot aliens. During all this craziness, police scanners were cut off, all plane flights were canceled, and more than 60,000 homes lost power.
Black Ops helicopters were in the area.
Response like this, people are convinced the authorities.
I think they show a clip, maybe.
Which brings us back to the claims of this being caused.
I've just been see this one panning
people
shot
all over
of the
social
street
media
every time.
With this person showing a video that has people scratching their heads, and this person said that's a huge police presence for some
clip
kids
of one of the entities
fighting inside a Miami Mall Monday night. 4 juveniles were arrested. The question is all this alien talk just people starting a false narrative, or did some alien stuff really happen that isn't being addressed by authorities? But drop a like if you think there was something more going down.
And then
what the heck was going on in Miami?
People are doing that. I was a witness there and telling their own personal account story. The other video that I've got is supposed to be one of the cop's sons. His dad is running for sheriff of Miami.
Oh.
And he calls him and asks him about this. I don't know the validity of this, guys, by the way.
Yeah, you know,
but it's okay to
always
ask
check
questions.
your sources,
yes,
right?
Check your sources.
Because, like, I also have a friend who's 50 who could answer the phone and pretend to be my dad.
And say, I can't talk about this.
I'm not allowed to disclose. Well, and also, like, police officers are never allowed to discuss an ongoing investigation.
Yes, that's just
to
like
any
classic,
extent.
Textbook police work. Yeah,
like it's normal shit, man.
Like, what do you mean you can't tell us? Yeah, play the video.
What are you trying to hide? It's like minors were arrested, dude. I can't tell you dick.
How have I not heard about this? My dad's a police officer in Miami.
Ricky Berwick checking in.
I mean, like, he's even running for sheriff, and I just talked to him. He didn't say anything about that.
Probably because there's a bunch of teenagers at a mall.
Hey.
Hey, did you, nothing happened.
There's just fireworks and kids beating each other up.
At Bayside? Are you serious?
You got a young dad, bro.
You're joking. You're joking.
Your dad squirted you out when he was 11.
Did they tell you not to talk about it?
It was on HGH.
His parents are probably divorced.
Oh yeah, no, it's anyone in their 20s with wood floors has divorced parents.
Can you at least say like
That's
whenever?
a fact.
So they're saying it's like a fight broke out. Why did they send so many police cars?
Maybe it was at a
Are
mall.
you serious? You can't say any. You're no help, dude.
I want you to say there were 10-foot aliens.
Not allowed to talk about.
Just say that.
Not
Say,
allowed to
Dad,
talk
were there
about it."
10-foot aliens there? And he would go, Son, that is the stupidest shit I have ever heard.
Not allowed to talk about. Yeah, he's like, this is why you live with your mom. You've been asking about cases since you were like 14. You know the answer to this. That's probably why he's like, I'm not going to say anything to you. We've been over this.
He probably knew it was safe content to make. It's
yes. He's like, you're doing this for a TikTok, aren't you?
Hey, Dad, I think this might help out your campaign.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. Yes. See, that's why he lives at the mom's. He's not going to ruin his election.
So do you think it's a Miami's Most Wanted situation where it's like, we got to get the kid out of the house?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I believe that. He's saying he's keeping him out of danger. It's for his own safety. It's to keep him safe from himself. Okay.
So I'm a danger. Be the danger. That's what they say.
Yeah, people were saying about these creatures. They don't have hands or feet. They're gliding. They're transparently They're transparently going through objects and buildings. Apparently, the cops took some shots at them. They didn't care. But I didn't hear anything about.
Wait. The police shot at aliens, and
Apparently.
people think that's legit news.
Yes, and that the aliens didn't seem to care, and they thought they were superior or something. They weren't afraid.
So that's so much world building for a goddamn.
Yes.
What is not even 8? I haven't seen 10 seconds of consecutive footage of this event.
Yeah, well, they tried to say somebody took this video, and you can faintly make out like somebody. It's probably a security guard or something walking on the steps.
Yeah, there's this thing called B-frame compression, and I suggest everybody take a look at Captain Disillusion's video on it. It's responsible for most like lizard eye videos, most like inexplicable distortions.
I've got a better video of a good resolution of some UFO.
Oh, I would love that, man.
Yes, I think it's on as good resolution. It was such good resolution, like one of the closer images that we've gotten.
So how do I find this?
I think it's.
You're pointing at a screen.
It's the fifth video of their resolution at UFO. Yes, right there. There you go. I'm sorry, I was using my finger to count the lines. How many
sorry. I was like, is he pointing? That's not how pointing works.
I need one of those laser pointers.
He's so far away.
I'm gonna use a laser pointer to guide King Tanner.
Okay, this is pretty promising. I like this.
I enjoyed this one.
There's other people with cameras out, so I'm less likely to jump to.
They're at an airport. They're on the landing strip.
Okay, here I'm gonna drop out for this video so people can get the full.
Okay.
The straight dope.
Oh.
No, we got someone with a
little bit of production there. Yes.
S20. That reeks of motion.
We might go closer. That really closer. Oh.
See that?
It reminds me of that. What an angel, a realistic view of an angel with the eyeball, without the wings. That's what it reminded me of.
See that? Yeah, that's also what came to mind initially, and I'm
kind of. It keeps changing shape. It looks like one of those '90s toys that open out. Yes, yeah, one of the plastic balls.
Well, see, I'm gonna err on the side of CG, 100%.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against that, you know.
Because it's like, I mean, there's not a lot of like great track points there, but I mean, you could artificially create that entire environment.
And they got so close with their apparently, yes, like the caption says, somebody finally has an S23 Ultra.
Well, no, and here's the fucking there's like a clear cut.
Yes.
There's like a
to that. Yes,
to that.
Yes,
it's just
that,
like, I mean, collect your free 2 million views, right? Like, it's.
They could have cut out an extra minute and a half, so we didn't know of them trying to zoom in. You never know. That's probably what they're hoping that you assume.
Well, I mean, because
that they're saving you time with this reel.
Realistically, you could go into Blender and make that in 4 minutes.
Yes.
Like
Blender attributes to a lot of the UFO sightings.
100%.
The UAP sightings. True.
We should start calling these Blender sightings.
There's some truth to this. Oh, I like that. We can call them Blender sightings. We got another Blender sighting.
We have a Blender sighting in Arizona. There's some interesting UFO stories though that like I can't immediately discount. Like the Arizona Lights is super cool.
Yes,
it's like 480
that's a big one.
accounts.
That's probably why that's a big one. That goes along the lines with Roswell, kind of. That's why that's so big.
I'd say better than Roswell. It's almost like hey, there's this cooler story over here. Like, let's go.
Some actual civilians saw something instead of just government officials.
They shot at it.
Yes. Oh, they shot at the lights.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the LAPD shot at it. They had no idea what the fuck it was. Or the Sedona No, I'm thinking of the LA lights. Sorry. See, that's another much more interesting story.
Yes. Okay. Because I'm very familiar with the Zona lights.
Yeah, the fucking LA lights. It was like a reported craft floating over City Hall for like 4 to 6 hours or something. I believe shots were taken at it.
Yes. Have you seen the Kumber Gaz UFO video? I think it's from Pakistan, and you can see some of the people riding in the UFO.
No, that's cool.
I've got that.
Yeah, is it on the list?
Let's look it up. Yeah. Type in KUM, and it should pop up.
Yeah. Here we go.
There we go. Kumber Gaz. There might be a narrator explaining some of this too.
Cool. That would be. Is he going to tell me it's Mizium?
No, I don't remember that.
This is the video. It's called the Comburgus video, which is a close-up of a craft, so close that you can see the occupants. It is 100% real, and I was there as that was filmed.
The whole footage has been analyzed for a more scientific board for 2.5 weeks, frame by frame, pixel by pixel, and this is 100% genuine footage.
Well, if it's
it makes me wonder about the craft though. If you were able to, like, what their observation thing is like. If you're able to see them so well. You know what I mean? If you can see the...
You can't have windows on a spacecraft.
That's what I'm wondering. Their technology could be so out of this world. That,
yeah, they have glass that radiation can't get through.
Maybe.
The pressure of space won't fucking shatter into a million pieces.
Might be some sort of transparent alloy
metal. Yeah,
that, can change when they want it to.
I did see a video of transparent wood, so it's not outside of the realm. Maybe it's a screen.
Maybe it's wood. Maybe these ships are made out of a special wood. Okay, an archaic, ritualistic wood.
Arc.
Yes, it's an arc. These aren't spaceships. These are arcs. Okay, I kind of like that's more biblical.
Yeah,
I like the biblical alien stuff.
I wish
religious figures, entities. That's what Lazar talked about.
Is what?
Bob
the
Lazar?
lizards?
Yeah. He talked the religious thing. He said there was a giant article when he was going across classified information about religion and aliens, and they said that aliens consider us containers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw that clip.
Probably for the soul or something like that. Yeah.
Which is like, yeah. And then it's like, what do they use your soul for? It's like, Harlan Ellison wrote a cool episode of The Twilight Zone where he was like the guy's like selling his soul to like solve a math equation or some shit. He's like, nah, I misspoke. And the fucking I can't even remember.
See, that's the big thing with The Twilight Zone. They realize at the end, they're like, wait, I need to go back.
Yeah,
I want to. Can I take it back?
Hey, wait.
They wait till it's too late. Yeah, they're too deep in the shit.
I can't.
Dude. Speaking of religion, blood libel and those kind of things, and sacrificials. Kenneth Copeland. Can we talk about Kenneth Copeland?
Sure. He talks about blood libel.
Well, I call this the blood libel. Okay.
He has a blood libel. Okay.
Yes, he's been doing that thing in his sermons where he's cutting himself. He's offering his blood up.
Yeah, doing this juicy juice.
Yes, I've got this in the content prep. Yes, you brought this to my attention. King Tanner brings things to my attention sometimes.
God, man.
Dealing with some of these internet figures. I don't know if you guys know Kenneth Copeland, televangelist,
mega pastor to the fucking gods.
Yes, you may have seen his run-in with Inside Edition where he yelled at some woman for confronting him about
his jet.
His jet. Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, this is good.
This is phenomenal fucking journalism. I'm so happy that this is getting covered.
This goes out to all the Osteeners out there.
I would do the same. Jesus said, "Take this cup. This is my blood of the new covenant." And I want you to be this way every time you take communion, and you ought to take it a lot.
You're gonna go to hell, Kenneth Copeland.
Yes.
Drinking a cup.
Look how thin his blood is, if that was blood.
With his own blood, and the blood is some other dude. Then he tells you to do communion like this.
He's got a tube in his.
And this isn't like a weird, like, it's satanic. Like, listen to what he does next.
Now his blood is in my body. His blood is mixed with mine.
They should have had him in Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Kenneth Copeland as the Monsignor.
The world needs to know that this man is not representing Christianity. And the best...
he's absolutely representing a very large portion of Christianity. He has he has a audience in the hundreds of thousands. You know, there people...
Oh, there's got to be at least about 1 million people.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know? And here's the thing. I was so checked out of... Like, Kenneth Copeland makes yearly what some whole denominations make annually.
Oh, yeah.
Like many times more than what.
Well, when you don't have to pay taxes, of course.
Of course.
You're getting these donations, you know.
Love tributes, whatever the fuck they used to call them.
Yes. The tithings.
Tithings.
Yes.
Fucking, I don't know. Tithes, that's an interesting grift. Because, like, some churches really push it hardcore.
Oh, yeah.
Like mainline LDS Mormons, they're like, dude, you got to tithe, otherwise.
Hell, dude, if he was a YouTuber, that's what he would call his super chats. Send in your super chat tithings.
Send in your tithes.
Jesus wants you to donate $10 to play a TTS.
I am absolutely sure there is an internet ministry that uses tithes. I remember one time
That's kind of funny.
I was doing a steak live stream, and was pretending that the power of Jesus was guiding my betting. And every time I did it, I kept winning, and I was like, I hate this so much. I hate how this looks.
It makes me a little superstitious there.
It made me superstitious.
Brings me back across the line with that and the gambling. When you mix Jesus and the gambling.
Yeah, and it's like, this Jesus is pro-gambling?
Yeah, there's something about the gambling and Jesus that seems a little blasphemous.
It does.
But maybe he's guiding your hand. He's guiding the roulette ball.
He's guiding the roulette ball. Jesus, guide my picks.
Yes, black 15, please. Please guide it to that.
God damn it. Put my whole mortgage on red.
Yeah, some people do that, I bet.
It's because it's a really good way to double your money.
We got a new sponsor, 1-800-BETS OFF. Okay, if you've got a gambling addiction or you know someone that does, please contact 1-800-BETS OFF. I don't know if that's still a thing.
Oh, it totally is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the gambling industry has to maintain that.
Oh, really?
And yeah,
that intellectual property.
Well, yeah, I think they have to keep it going.
Keep that license going.
Well, just to keep the government off their back. It's like how like with the fairness doctrine, like you have to for every 3 cigarette ads, you have to put like you have to put an anti-smoking ad.
That's probably why they got rid of those, because they just couldn't handle that anymore. It wasn't because they banned it. It was just hard to keep up with.
It was probably like, this is just fucking stupid. We have to make 2 commercials every time we make a commercial.
That's why they only do it in different parts of the world now.
Yeah,
it's big in Asia, the cigarette ads, and I heard they used to make toys, children's toys, the tobacco companies in Asian countries.
That's awesome.
Like little McDonald figure toys. But there's
Dad
Marlboro.
can get something, kid can get something.
Yes, a little Marlboro Man. That'd be kind of neat. I bet you could buy those collectibles on eBay.
Oh, definitely.
We might have to do a deep dive into. Wait, you might not be able to sell that on eBay. Do you think you could?
Oh, totally. Yeah,
really?
You can sell old cigarette merch. You can buy like a Joe Camel leather jacket if you want.
Oh yes, I need a cool duffel bag.
A cool duffel bag, cool menthol duffel bag.
Yes, that's what double menthol. Yes, that's exactly what I need. Oh yeah, okay. Dude,
death clock's at 37.
We got to. Apparently, we need to stop using Google.
How's that?
Have you heard? I know that you don't use Google straight off the bat. I know you use
DuckDuckGo, man.
DuckDuckGo. You might get on a different browser, Brave, maybe. IE. Look at a video here. This guy's going to tell us why we need to stop using Google.
Ooh.
So I need you to type in Google for me. Some doctor.
Stop using Google.
I know he's got a PhD in something, probably.
Yeah,
if you're a doctor, you've got to have some degree. Yes.
I'm a naturopath.
Yeah, the truth about Google.
If you go to Google,
Dr. Rob L. Epstein, that's always a good sign.
Oh no,
he might have been on these.
What did you know?
These logs, these flight logs. I'm not sure. We might have to go check those documents.
See if those documents are even out yet. I can't find them.
I thought something got released.
Something, because people were getting talked about, but I haven't been able to find the definitive list.
So they still haven't been released.
I don't think so.
Okay, if you guys know anything, let us know. Okay, email Americandeathcamp@gmail.com. Go to the comments. Tell us where to find some information on the Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein documents that was supposed to be released.
Who's worse?
Ooh, that's tough.
Who's worse? Yeah.
Well, if Epstein was eating these kids.
Well, we don't know, you know.
Oh, that's true. We don't know.
Dead man tell no tells. That was the rumor.
Yes, that's what we're supposed to find out. Might have been Bill Gates. So Stephen Hawking. Apparently that was a big thing about all this.
Yeah, that came out. Yeah.
Yes.
I forgot. Yeah. So yeah, there's a few names that have like.
They're trickling out. The names are trickling out. Stephen Hawking. Give me a break. You're gonna say Google Kaczynski next was there. That's why they set him up. He was there early on.
He was there on work release.
Yes.
Little St. James on work release.
Yes, when he wasn't hanging out with the Oklahoma bomber.
He made a bomb out of a 12-year-old girl.
Yes. Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yes, he crossed the line. Jeffrey had enough. You've gone too far, Teddy.
Ted, I don't know what to tell you, Mr. Kaczynski, but you've gone too far this time.
Yes, all the bombings that already happened wasn't far enough. This is the line. Yes, the child bomb. Okay,
the kid bomb.
Yes,
the child bomb is much.
Ted, you don't worship that kind of God to be doing this. Okay.
Ted's not a Christian, right? He had some weird diatribe about God, didn't he? He's like,
oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. If anything, he seems like he would have been a Catholic, maybe. No. If he was raised on anything, it probably would have been started there, I believe. You know, I don't see him as Episcopalian, so.
Well, his last name's Kaczynski. I don't think he was raised religious.
No, probably not.
So he's Polish, I believe.
Oh, okay.
But Google? The truth about
Google?
The Trugle?
The Trugle. We're going to find out the Trugle.
Which, by the way, you shouldn't do. So if you're doing that, don't do it anymore, please. Okay, just use Brave. Their browser, use their search engine. They don't spy on you.
He's here with Professor X.
Google's search engine is a surveillance platform. From a business perspective, that's all it is. Mm-hmm. Now, it's true. We think it's a nice free index, which
is true.
given to us by a kindly librarian, and it's going to lead us to the right information, just like a librarian.
Nobody said it was a librarian.
But that's not really what it is. It's a surveillance platform that is designed to trick you into revealing personal information about yourself, and then that information is monetized.
This is most sites, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like he's kind of narrowing it down to just Google, but it's like everything wants your information, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Anything that serves ads to you is
it's going to happen one way or another. If you're signed up, if you're watching this thing, you're probably
if you're being served an ad at all, there's some information that is targeting that ad to you. I mean, I'm off the grid enough that when I do get an ad, it is for some left field ass shit.
Yeah.
Like it's like Spanish language McDonald's ads.
Yeah, you're not getting the like when you talk about stuff, ads are popping up.
It used to be like that all the time.
Yeah,
no, not so much.
You're so off of the grid that they're not doing. Yes. Maybe that stuff only starts to happen when you're giving accessibility to some of these sites and their information, and then they're able to start listening to.
Yeah, I disable cookies. I use Brave. I don't use the Brave search engine because all it does is use DuckDuckGo.
Oh, so you might as well just go to DuckDuckGo.
100%. Yeah.
This show is powered by DuckDuckGo.
Powered by DuckDuckGo. I mean,
please sponsor us, DuckDuckGo.
It sucks,
There's
though.
a Bitcoin address, DuckDuckGo.
They need to add a few features like show times for movies, and then I basically would never use Google. It's the only thing I ever use Google for now.
DuckDuck Movie.
DuckDuck Movies. If you need to find something on Discogs, I don't know. There's gaps in DuckDuckGo's web crawling because they've been around for far less time than Google, but they're pretty comprehensive. They have almost everything, and they have some stuff you can't find anywhere else. Like there's shit that gets, like there's stuff like unlisted YouTube videos that you can find through DuckDuckGo.
Really?
Yes. If you go to if you search for a YouTube video that is no longer there, you're like, I wonder if it's unlisted. You can go to DuckDuckGo, go to images, find the thumbnail.
Oh.
And then use that to find the OG link.
This might help me when some of these videos in the prep go missing.
Yeah.
I might be able to do some back research and discover them again.
Yeah, because when something goes unlisted, I mean, I think the old link still works, but like it might help you find some stuff.
Yeah, I've been double checking the links now before we do the show, so there's no hiccups, because some of these do disappear. Yeah, randomly, But I believe it might be some sort of, not copyright strike claims, but when somebody's already posted the video and somebody's shit posting it, they're like, no, you can't do it. They take it down.
Copyright claiming your ripoff stuff.
Yeah, it's how people build some of this stuff, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I mean, it sucks when a post gets stolen.
They're doing AI of other podcasters doing videos.
Oh God!
Have you seen like Joe? Like I hate to keep naming
like fake Joe Rogan.
Yes, they'll show him kind of like miming, talking to a screen, and then they'll talk about some bullshit alien story that he didn't talk about at all. Yeah, it's
I hate that. It would be nice if we just didn't have to come to work anymore. We just set up the old. We'd have like how there was AI Seinfeld. We'd have AI American Death Camp where would randomly find.
Let's do AI Couch Philosopher. Yeah. We'll start making our own Izzy shorts with AI Izzy.
Yeah.
There's been like 300 episodes of him doing his show. So there should be enough transcribed to put into an AI. You hear that, Izzy? We need your permission. That's the difference, is that we'll have permission.
Yeah.
I bet he'd give us permission to make AI shorts out of him. Maybe we'll talk to it on the show. Couch Philosopher, the AI Philosopher is going to make an appearance on Deathcamp.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I think that would be great.
All I need to do now is train a program on 24 hours of Izzy talking, and then we're good to go.
Let's get him into AI Alex Jones, and we can have them argue on the show to us. We'll have full conversations with AI Alex Jones and AI Couch Philosopher, AI Duheads.
People have too much fun with that shit, man. I think if
we'd have too much fun.
If we got that going, I don't think we'd ever shut it off.
I think ours would be tasteful though. Way more entertaining. It's way more immersive for the audience to be involved. There's 4 voices on the show.
It's like we could find out mathematically how many unique sentences you can say about Freemasonry.
Oh yeah, well we could just let those 2 go off for a half hour. Speaking of Jones, this is another thing that we covered on one of your streams. King Tanner here does some streams now on X. Okay, if you go to What's your Twitter?
Oh, at Piss Magazine.
Yes,
also on YouTube. We're dual streaming now.
Yes, we're doing some lives, and I appear on some of his lives. We cover some of this stuff, so if you want to see some exclusive stuff we talk about off the show that appears on here, go watch some of the streams at Piss Magazine. Also look for it at Kill Podcasters on Twitter. Okay, we watched Alex Jones investigating Epstein's lair.
Yeah,
let's watch a little bit of that.
Yeah, man.
I've got that. Let's make an appearance of that here on Deathcamp. This was a clip that was going around Twitter since Jones is back.
Jones is back.
Yes, we haven't even mentioned that on the show. He came back in a big way.
He's back on Twitter, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is this how he debuted?
No, I don't think he debuted with this, but that would have been amazing. Yes, his production's gone up. He's got the same guy from Stranger Things doing his edits, his intros.
The team that brought you Stranger Things.
He's working with M. Night Shyamalan.
East 71st Street.
I don't know how bad that. They've never been kicked off an ISP.
No. Prison Planet.
St. James Church. We're at a very important site here. This is a place I began to expose more than 15 years ago.
It's like Solomon's Temple.
Who were telling me that there were powerful individuals.
The Temple Mount.
That were running underage sex rings to compromise not just politicians, but corporate leaders, particularly scientific leaders.
Stephen
and they had
Hawking.
an island in the Caribbean where underage girls and others were taken, where they did rituals, and where children were even killed.
Oh, so maybe some Dahmer stuff going on, maybe? It's possible.
That's what the spirit cooking shit was all about, right?
This is alleged. Oh, yeah, the spirit cooking. Yeah. Lady Gaga was involved with that.
Marina Abramovic.
And when he died, the networks that he was the front man for, that he was like the butler for, have continued on with the British royal family and others using these systems to compromise the leadership of not just the United States, but the world. And so Bill Gates and so many other titans of industry.
Titans.
I love his name dropping. He's very good at the name dropping.
For months and months
the buzzwords.
and months at a time. They've also stayed at facilities in Paris, facilities in London, facilities in New Mexico, like Zorro Ranch.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
Ooh, Zorro Ranch.
That was Epstein's, like, he was going to keep women there and, like, breed a master race of his own children.
Oh, no, it's one of those guys.
Yeah, gonna have a farm of toe-headed fucking blonde people.
He's like the serial guy that was impregnating women.
The serial reproductive abuser.
Yes,
from SVU. Yeah, the John Stamos episode of SVU.
Yes, there was a real guy who did that too.
Yes. I just remember it because
I like how you remember it was Stamos specifically.
Because it was so funny seeing Uncle Jesse go on the rape show.
Yes.
Organizations like Bohemian.
Oh no, Uncle Jesse's gonna go to rape jail.
Unlike the D'Elia problem, he didn't really do. He's not playing characters that project his actual life.
No, he totally did though.
Oh,
did you not know? Did you not see?
We're talking about Stamos, right?
No, we're talking about D'Elia.
Oh yes, no.
D'Elia
sure. I was saying that's the difference between him and Stamos, is that he played some of these characters that didn't project his actual.
Gotcha.
Yes, his actual crimes.
Yeah, D'Elia just played a sex predator comedian.
Only like 3 times.
3 times?
Oh yeah, Workaholics was one of them. What was that? You.
Yeah, You.
And then I think there's one more. There might be one more.
Do you think people were like, you know what? I want D'Elia for this.
Yes. He thought it was a funny joke. At the time, he thought it was funny.
So that they could be compromised. And it's the network that still controls Epstein today that we are here
That's
to
why
expose.
deepfake technology was made public open source, so none of this video could be validated in court.
Yes. All they had to show was the famous keypad, you know, with the fingerprint.
Yeah, so far,
a world economy, a world.
Alex Jones is showing you as much of Epstein's lair as Dasha did in her movie, The Scary of 73rd Street, I think it's called.
Oh, okay. I wasn't familiar.
She did an Epstein movie. Girls go over to this place, this building Alex is in front of, masturbate while touching it, and then get possessed by Jeffrey Epstein or something.
Interesting.
You'd think.
That's kind of okay. It's not serious, like serious horror.
It's a Shudder original.
So we're here in New York City.
Oh.
To investigate
is he about to show the keypad?
And how the blackmail.
I don't know if he covered it.
No, he hasn't covered the keypad.
Those doors that Prince Andrew was famously photographed staring out as young women came in and out. It's those doors that famously Bill Gates was caught going into and having parties. It's those doors that the system didn't
How
want us
has
to know about
nobody
because they
walked
wanted
by
to use that blackmail
in 4 minutes?
that control.
Oh well, you know, he got the cops to.
He's a CIA asset.
Yeah, exactly.
Compromised here and to engage in sex crimes, did it as a gang initiation.
So if someone were to do it,
they got to either
to
kill
get
another
their
member of the other gang
show
or like shoot some innocent person that works at a liquor
better
store.
ratings
Remember the Mexican
online,
mafia,
Yes.
for the,
I could
Italian
understand
mafia,
that.
the hillbillies,
Yeah,
all of them have
he's
to
sort of
commit
doing
crime
the How to Be a
part of the club.
Tyrant.
But in
Yes,
prison, you
yes.
get
How
killed
to
if
be
you're
a
a
Mossad
Nobody puts up with
asset
that
that
going to children. This is the ultimate call. Because to get in
Mossad
that home,
asset.
that
you've
exploits
gotta
have
yes.
schizophrenia
That's what
Yes,
this facility's
exactly.
about. That's why
and
Bacchus,
politics.
the
Yes.
Roman god of debauchery and evil, is above the door.
Yes, worship
And
the
up on
Roman god
top,
of
there's
debauchery.
Images of little naked children dancing.
Dude, I got
Gentlemen, is that why?
so you know who's a really good video about Brawl, which is the people in Alex Jones' line of thinking think this all goes back to like ancient Semitic like Baal worship, which is some god people would sacrifice their children to. And I'll tell you what, it's real interesting. It goes way deep.
Oh yeah,
Baal's like a really interesting character.
Yeah, well, he's been worshipped for how long?
For
forever,
longer than Yahweh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Yahweh kind of came later.
Since before the Solomon's temple, probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I just learned Solomon like wasn't a real guy.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's probably not a historical figure.
He's all made up.
The temple was probably just named the Temple of Solomon, if anything.
He's sort of like i.e. the Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
All these stories of different people that have been in this position that they amalgamate them into one guy, one figure.
Well, it's kind of like Mesopotamian kings lists.
Okay.
This is a parallel that John Hamer draws. Have you ever looked at like the list of Mesopotamian kings?
No.
It's so like they'll go back like hundreds of thousands of years, and it'll be like, and this guy reigned for like 50,000 years, and then 49, and then like it'll just get a little bit smaller until like eventually they're ruling for like 120, and then like a normal human amount of time once you actually start to get around periods that we can back up historically.
It's very fishy.
It's very fishy because it is just sort of like, well, who are your great grandparents? Like, what's your claim to the throne? Mm-hmm. It's like make it go back to before anyone can remember.
Yes, and then their spans are so long that it's hard to dispute some of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's such a broad amount of time. I like that.
Yeah, but it's, all of that shit, it didn't make it that long into the written into having writing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People didn't people didn't keep living to be 900 years old after like fucking papyrus was invented. Yeah, somehow
they started calculating it a little bit better.
Keeping records.
Yes, months weren't 100 years of time. That's kind of what that feels like. Weeks might have been a year, 10 years. They're breaking it down like
Dude,
that.
if we were going by feel, like what time was like.
That's probably what they were doing.
Yeah, going on vibe.
Yes.
Man, that felt like 400,000 years.
Yeah, and it's not like some of those places that had full seasons. Snow, winter, autumn.
I don't know. Maybe back in the day, right? Like,
that could be possible.
Middle East used to be like a fucking forest, right?
It could have. Yeah. The Sahara was a forest at some point. So, only a few thousand years ago.
Only a few thousand years ago.
Yeah.
Which in Africa time is not that long.
Yes,
actually.
Africa time.
Like those empires those go on for 50,000 years. Those empires.
We've actually been doing this episode for 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Yes, we're on Africa time now.
Yes, we're in Mesopotamian time. Everything is multiplied by 100,000.
Yes, my watch. It's 1,000 years. Every 5 minutes.
We've been doing this for 53,000 minutes.
Yes,
I've loved every second of it.
I was thinking about this little doorbell here, this little finger pad that they get access to. You think if they were sex maniacs, they would have something a little more along the lines of that. Instead of like a fingerprint thing, you think they'd have like a fleshlight installed?
Yeah.
You have to put your tool in there.
Yeah.
It recognizes that to let you in.
Penile recognition. Yeah.
Yes.
State of the art.
I'm surprised Lazar didn't talk about that. Okay.
They make you when you're working at Dolce Air Force Base, they make you put your penis in a penile reader.
That makes more sense. You have to pee in a little device in the wall.
In jail, they used to do. I don't know if they still do this in the States, but like to see if like you were progressing with like your pedophilia rehab.
Are you progressing?
They would put your penis in something called a Peter meter.
What the fuck?
Yeah, and it would basically like read whether it was expanding or not, and they would just like show you pictures of children.
That sounds like a Scientology thing.
Yeah, it seems it's a very sketchy way to
we're reading your
tell if someone's a pedophile
through your genitals.
I mean, I suppose if a child gives you an erection, you're a fucking pedophile.
Oh my god, yes.
But here's the thing.
So.
What the fuck? Like, it's.
Yes, it's a little much.
I don't know. It just seems like a miscommunication.
Yeah.
Like when they were trying to figure out how to communicate with dolphins, they were like, "Hey, we want to stop making pedophiles offenders." It's like, okay, we'll stop making them pedophiles. Like, that's probably not going to work.
Yeah.
That's never worked.
Mm-hmm. And that went on for too long, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, we let the CP and the pedo thing last for too long. Okay.
Yeah.
People started standing up against it. What's that about? I got a problem with society.
It's really weird that it took until the 80s for anything to get done about that.
Yeah, the drawings and the pictures too, especially the art.
Oh yeah, is that shit even legal?
It better not be.
Yeah,
it better not be.
Dude,
not around me, okay?
Even
if you're on Mesopotamian time, that shouldn't be allowed.
It's really weird to me that in Japan you can't get uncensored pornography of any kind, and that just kind of opened Pandora's box for
Really?
We'll just draw pedophilia and then
look at some of their art and the nudity. They have a problem with nudity.
I don't think it can be published like that there
in mangas and stuff.
I don't even think I think it has to be censored.
Oh, so that might be for over here thing.
Yeah, it might be like a distribution thing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
It's crazy. Like I don't know if you can get any kind of uncensored pornography.
That's what
in
we're
Japan
gonna do. We're gonna do
officially.
I shouldn't say that, but we'll do an American death camp in Japan.
We'll stream porn to Japan.
Yes, we're gonna go on the hunt for pornographic mangas. Okay, in Tokyo. We're gonna go to Tokyo. We're doing some remotes.
You know, I did. There is a live streaming app and chat app built on the website now. So I mean, we could.
Oh yeah, we can do that. We're gonna set up our green screen in a Hello Kitty coffee shop.
We should get a Hello Kitty coffee shop background. That'd be
we
fun
should
for an
do
episode.
that for that. Yeah, we'll say we're in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Kyoto. We're in Kyoto today.
Yeah. Hi, we're coming to you live with the cast of Sanrio.
Yes, on Mesopotamian time and from Kyoto. Yes, this is a pornographic death camp today.
So where are we moving to?
So you were speaking about communication. I think we should get to. I think we got an audience voicemail.
Oh hell!
So we might as well get to some audience participation stuff with this.
Oh hell!
I know you
yes.
like this. I think we got our cool graphic for it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to leave a voice message, can you be a part of this show? 773-492-2440. You can call it. I tell you hello, leave a message. Okay, and you can leave a message however long you want about anything. Okay, you're upset about something. If you want to criticize the show, you want to comment on the show, you got a suggestion for the show, you can leave it there. You can tell King Tanner how much you love him. I know there's a lot of fanfare out there for you.
Thank you.
But you can do it at that number, okay? Or also you can email the show too. Americandeathcamp@gmail.com. I believe we just have a singular message today from somebody.
Let's let it ride.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Stone Fox, you beautiful fuckboy.
I know
you told me this morning that you wanted this to be a show about comedy, and I get that. I get you want to laugh, but I want to know more about the Perry fucking shooter.
Oh no.
I guess I'm going to have to do it, but
Keep
I'm
my
going
head
to go file a Freedom of Information request.
A FOIA.
Because this is fucking crazy, actually. Like,
your name's on the FOIA
I want
request.
to know how he got
that.
his guns. I want to know why he shot sixth graders.
Yes, remember,
insanity.
Your information is going to be on
so,
it.
You don't have to use it in the show, obviously, but I want you to be a news show. I think you can make a lot more money being a news show. I think you could be a lot more popular being like
there was a shooting in the
Like I watched Tim Dillon last night, and he made the Epstein client list fucking hilarious. So, just saying, that's what I want to see out of you. I know that he made the Epstein client list funny being a news show. I think you could be a lot more popular being like I watched Tim Dillon last night, and he made the Epstein client list fucking hilarious. So, just saying, that's what I want to see out of you. I know that it's not my show, but I love you, and I don't know. That's what that's my 2 cents for you. Have a good rest of your day, brother.
I like how he broke me down gently.
Yeah.
About listen, I know you wanted something to be funny, because I reached out to this caller because he's mentioned a couple of things. He mentioned the insurrection. We should do an insurrection again. And I was like, hey, man.
Bad advice, guy.
He was sending me, he reached out to me. This is a fan of the show. He calls himself Hyde, okay? We'll call him Hyde for the show's sake. And he was telling me about some of this stuff that he wanted me to play. And I was like, you got to remember, this is comedy, okay? We can't get too serious too quick. When stuff is fresh sometimes, too. And it involves children and shooting. It can get a little dark, okay? And I know it might be popular and stuff. I haven't heard too much about conspiracy stuff with this, but I will say
we all gave a big dose of fuck that shit. You know,
yeah, some time has to pass, and I will say, he mentioned the Epstein thing. Tim Dillon did it. Enough time has passed.
Yeah, it's been like 3 or 4 years.
Yes, enough time has passed with that. Like, i.e. 9/11 as well too. Enough time has passed to where like you can talk about this kind of stuff.
Well, and also like, I mean, it's so easy to explain how someone would go and shoot a bunch of kids in modern day and age. It's happened like hundreds of times now.
Yes.
What's weird is how there wasn't one for like a while before. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
and it's not. Also, I will say it wasn't like it was 25 people that were. It was just a couple. Isolated incident. These things happen. Okay, this one just got blown up out of proportion a little bit. For the news, because when it happens in a place that these kind of things don't happen, they can definitely go national. But there's sometimes there's shootings and stuff that don't even get covered that are worse.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So this isn't. I wouldn't go right to conspiratorial.
Yeah.
Even if the suspect had TikToks or anything like that, I would.
People were like, "Dude, the Epstein client list was supposed to drop today, and this is a distraction." It's like, no, the Epstein client list didn't even come out that day.
Yeah, that's what they said about the Miami aliens. It's a distraction,
and it's like
from that, a distraction from the distraction.
And I'm like, that's dude. If people are at the point where they're going to go guillotine somebody, they're not going to get distracted by the news.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't think we're there yet. So all of this posturing about false flags and shit just just doesn't seem accurate.
We are getting there, okay, Hyde. We talked about showing the Alex Jones clip with the Epstein. That's a double shot, okay? You get some AJ and you get some Epstein, okay? We're slowly trickling out some of the stuff. Maybe we'll get into some of that stuff, okay? Hey, I wore a Columbine sweater from House Bomb on the show once, okay? We touch on some of these things, okay? But enough time has to pass for some of these things, okay? That's my statement on that. I appreciate you for being involved with the show, though, Hyde, and caring about the popularity of the show. Yeah. That's good. That's very good. So just like Hyde, okay, everybody, if you want to leave a voicemail, what's the area code again? 773.
Yes.
492-2440. He's got me rattled here.
Yeah.
A little bit, okay?
Shaken.
Yeah, but I will say he did give me a video that we will play for him today on the show. And we can discuss a little bit. Enough time has passed here. I want you to type in Wesley, like Wesley Snipes. He sent me a video of Army General Wesley Clark talking about America's secret plans to invade a bunch of countries. Him explaining it. So we'll play this for Hyde. This is for you, buddy.
About 10 days after 9/11.
Yes.
About
a lot happened around those.
Yeah, it's a busy few days.
That was a busy month, okay, everybody? Yeah. A lot of money went missing. A lot of people,
day.
Yes, a lot of people's jobs.
You could argue it wasn't a distraction, but a convenient time to release information.
Yes, just a bad time for entertainment. Okay, it was more of a bad time for entertainment than it was for a lot of the country. Okay?
SNL slowed down for a few months. It was really rough.
Yes, a lot of music got taken off the radio. Okay, talk to a System of a Down. Okay,
Spider-Man got delayed.
Oh yes, they changed the trailer for that. Okay, it was a big deal. Let's see what General Clark has to say here.
And you heard it here first, folks, from Stone Fox Detroit. 9/11, kind of a big deal.
Yes, I'm the first one to say that. After 24 years
coming out,
I'm here to let you know that was a big deal, okay?
It meant a lot at the time.
Secretary Rumsfeld, and one of the generals called me and he said, "Sir, you got to come in and talk to me a second." I said, "Well, you're too busy." He said, No. He says, "We've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq." I said, "We're going to war with Iraq? Why?" He said, "I don't know." He said, "I guess they don't know what else to do." I said, "Well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda?" He said, No. He says, "There's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq." He said, "I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we got a good military and we can take down governments." So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, "Are we still going to war with Iraq?" And he said, "Oh, it's worse than that." He said, "I just got this down from upstairs from the Secretary of Defense office today." And he said, "This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out
yes.
7 countries in 5 years.
Saddam was a
With
moderating
Iraq and
force in
Syria,
that
Lebanon,
land.
Oh, yeah.
Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing
We're going to
off
disrupt
Iran.
societies
I
that
said,
have
"Is it
kept themselves
classified?" He
together
said,
for a
"Yes,
couple thousand
sir."
years.
I
Way
said,
longer
well,
than
don't
us.
show it to me. About 10 days
Literally,
after 9/11,
they
I went
like
through the
literally
Pentagon
the
and
Middle
I
East
saw
only
Secretary
fucks up when we start going over there and fucking causing problems.
Yes, they do things a bit differently. There's a reason they've been around for so long. Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
You got to remember this, okay? We may have the technology, but they know a thing or two about how to live, okay? At least how to keep their civilization going.
100%.
Okay? We may not agree with some of those things, okay? Maybe a little culture shocky.
Yeah, but like,
us.
don't get it twisted. Saddam is like as extreme as he was, a moderate politically for that area, and taking him out was a massive mistake. I mean, it just destabilized the entire region. I mean,
yes. Of course, and that goes against a lot of propaganda that you've heard too. You know, evil and maniacal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, certainly, yeah, like a total despot. But it was all he was also like our ally well into the 80s until he did something we didn't like, and then we were not friends, and we were friends again.
There's a lot of terrorists that we used to be friends with. There's a lot of beautiful monsters that used to work for us in some capacity. Okay, we've essentially created some of the problems that we've been dealing with. Okay,
people
you guys
always
remember this.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean.
People like to intimate that like Osama bin Laden was a CIA asset.
Maybe to an extent, but I wouldn't say like when they think like covertly.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's like or like he was an actor that was just kind of picked to like do the role of the guy behind 9/11, and it's like, nah, he was like a pretty powerful guy who had the money to pull it off, and like wrote a letter explaining exactly why he did it.
Yeah,
and so like you can go read Osama bin Laden's letter to America on the New York Times website if you want.
And people have told his story over and over and over again. And people are listening to them. You know what I mean? He paid his way into the Mujahideen system. Basically, he had to prove himself that he was wanting to be a part of this, that he cared about it.
Yeah, because he's super bougie, dude. He's mega wealthy.
He came from money. He wasn't right off the bat an extreme activist. You know what I mean? He got into
play it safe.
He wanted to be a part of it eventually. Okay.
And then I don't know at what point you're just like, fuck it, and you start going and hiding in the cave and watching anime. You know what's weird is like we knew he was being sheltered by Pakistanis for like a decade before we went to Pakistan and found out where he was.
Yeah.
Like we had very good information that he was in Pakistan for like a decade.
Oh yeah.
And guess where he is? 3 houses down from the fucking main military base in the same city as the fucking president of Pakistan.
Yes. Yes, and they tried to do they put inquiries in with the government, and when the government is just like, nope, he's not here. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
Well, no, and then we went onto their soil.
Yes, we did.
Killed one of their civilians, bragged about it for 5 years, and they never did or said anything about it, and we never admonished them.
I'm talking about SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, SEAL Team 6. We went onto foreign soil and killed a civilian. That's an act of war.
Yeah, we did that covertly. Yes. Secretly,
and then we were open about it. We were like, SEAL Team 6. No, night of, Obama comes on TV.
Yeah, that's right.
Surprise service.
Yes, one of our helicopters went down. All the men are back safely. I'm here to report. Oh yeah,
that was so sick. That was such a cool night too. Like I got like a text. Like I just laid down to go to bed, and this dude I went to school with, Mitch. He texted me. He's like, "Dude, we got Bin Laden." And I went upstairs, and I was like, "Let's go." And then the news was already on. And
so that was a move on purpose for them telling everybody, because they could have just kept that secret forever.
100%.
Which might have been the move, honestly.
Just not knowing if Bin Laden. I mean, if they wanted to keep the war on terror going, but it seems like here's the thing. Different governments, like the government of Syria, has always claimed that like Al Qaeda isn't an identifiable like threat. Like they literally can't find more than 50 or 60 people associated with it. So it's a terrorist group on the size of Odd Future.
Yes, it's more of a collective.
It's more of a terrorist collective.
Yes, they're just a bunch of artists. They're a bunch of misunderstood artists. Okay, religious artists.
Probably a few of them in there.
Yeah, I believe that.
I just want to make tiled roofs.
Yes,
honestly, and what oh god,
And we're oppressing them. That's why they're getting back at us. I'm just like over exaggerating. I'm chalking it up to artists just being upset that they're being oppressed for making their art and trying to live their life.
I honestly think, people, do you ever watch those documentaries about like Hitler or whatever? And every time there's always one person who's like, things would have been different. They just would have let him into art school. And I'm like, I don't
Wasn't
know.
that simple?
Yeah. Like, Zelensky was a comedian and still like is president of the Ukraine now.
Yes. He
is
literally
LARPed
weird. As a guy becoming president of the country. And then that actually happened.
He watched that Robin Williams movie, Man of the Year.
Yes.
And then just did that.
He should have watched Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
Or Flubber. He should have became a chemist or something.
Yeah.
Whoever showed him Man of the Year instead of Flubber. We've got some real issues here.
Dude, you could be just like this.
Yes.
Or, dude, wouldn't it be really funny if
Man.
by proxy, Stephen Colbert doing the Colbert Report is responsible for the current Ukrainian-Russia conflict?
Oh.
Because without the Colbert Report, Zelensky never would have ripped it off in the Ukraine. That would never would have propelled him into the political spotlight.
Yes.
So Stephen Colbert is directly responsible for the fucking Russia
who's responsible
conflict.
for him? Jon Stewart. So we've got issues with Jon Stewart.
And Jon Stewart is what?
Yes.
Behind a war?
Yes. Just like if you guys have ever seen the cult classic Trancers, we need a guy to go down the line and go back and stop Jon Stewart.
Stop Jon Stewart.
From making Colbert, okay? For making him have all his freedom.
That's so sad. Because Jon Stewart's grandparents survived the Holocaust.
So we need to go way back. We need to go way back to prevent all of it. We're going to change the course of entertainment and war all in one shot.
If you're a Jewish person that survived the Holocaust, that means your family line has survived 40 Holocausts.
Yes, yes.
That's like a Holocaust a generation.
Oh my gosh, they keep happening. They keep saying never again.
Yeah.
And they keep happening.
I think that's why they switched to never forget.
Oh yeah,
because
never forget.
It's
because it's going to keep happening.
Otherwise, don't forget about that. Do you remember how they keep getting us?
It's never forget because it's like this one's not as bad as the other one. Okay?
Never forget how easy we had it.
This one's a little bit easier to get through, guys. Okay, we've got phones this time. We've got DuckDuckGo. We've got Brave. All right, so this Holocaust is going to be easier to get through.
Dude, okay. Can you imagine the people that the Crusades wiped out that they didn't even feel like writing down?
Oh yeah, no, because they didn't have time for that.
They wrote 3 paragraphs about all of Ireland. Right?
They didn't have time.
Yeah, it's like Pliny the Elder wrote a handful of shit about Ireland, and then Julius Caesar wrote 2 or 3 things about his time in Ireland.
They were doing enough too much plundering.
Shit ton of plundering.
They were spending all their time plundering.
I find it very weird that Julius Caesar went to Ireland.
Oh, really?
That's just weird to me. I mean, I know it's right there because France is right there, and so it's England, and then just
well, that empire was huge, so I don't doubt that happened.
But it's very weird to me that it just seems that Rome is almost never brought up in the England conversation up until Catholicism starts getting involved.
I think they're a little sour about some of that stuff.
Completely sour.
They
There's
only
so
want
much sour.
One kingdom, one royal family.
Europe has such sour grapes. I'm almost happy they kind of stole our bit and went united. You know what I mean?
Yes, they did. They did take our bit a little bit. Well,
100%. And people are like, "Oh, what? You can just go from country to country over there?" And it's like, dude, it's like the size of fucking the 4 corners, man. It's like,
yes, they realized it worked for us.
It's weird to me how many people you can pack into Europe. It really is weird to me. And I almost think that it's probably why Europe got as advanced as it did so fast. It's probably just the urbanization. Probably the same in China.
Oh, they've been around a lot longer.
What was that?
They've been around a lot longer.
Oh,
those amount of people in those areas.
You know what's weird? No, I mean, I guess we all we started to show up in Asia the same time we started to show up in Europe, probably, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, isn't it weird? It's like you get out of Africa and one group of people goes left and one group of people goes right. Oh, and there's some science suggesting that man might have come out of the Balkans, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we recovered an even older remains of a human. And it's in the fucking Balkans, in the fucking...
How old are these remains? Have they dated them, carbon dated them?
Over 60,000.
Oh, that's pretty old.
Yeah, that might even be proto-human. Is it? How long? No, we're around 250,000 years going strong.
Well, I told you about that archaeology dig in Mexico that got covered up. That they discovered remains from possibly 1 million years ago.
Are you kidding me? That's nutty.
This is one of those things. I had a short for it, and then it disappeared, and then it was gone, and I can't find anything on it anymore.
I hope it's because the shit. I hope it was because it was bullshit. Because I'd wonder. Well, because that would be interesting if you found a fossilized human bone, right? Because then you couldn't carbon date it. You'd have to do like argon dating or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So like if they found a human bone with no fucking carbon left because it's been completely fossilized.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those prints.
Oh,
the footprints.
Oh, like in a rock or something.
Yes.
So
that's what it was with that.
Have you ever heard of chelation?
No.
So you know how you see like roots growing through a tree,
of course,
or sorry, through a rock.
Oh yeah.
So like there's this acid called cheleic acid that plant roots can release, and it softens rock to the point where a fucking root, the weakest part of a plant, right? Allegedly, I guess.
Oh wow.
Can just like grow through a rock and like literally dig a hole in a rock. So, there's been theories that like an excess of like cheleic acid could be used to like form rocks as like like with instruments and stuff. Oh. So like you could like take like a big piece of wood and like kind of like melt down over time like the side of a rock into a shape, or maybe get cheleic acid on your hand and hand print it.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. So like, wow. Because there are just like straight up like handprints and footprints and rocks, and it's like that's weird.
Yeah.
We don't have
for a long time they didn't know how to explain that.
But my thought is probably some freak buildup of cheleic acid.
Yes, for the million-year-old footprint.
Yeah, like imagine you're a caveman and you find like a paste that melts rock. I mean, you know, we lost Roman concrete for 600 years. I wouldn't be shocked if we lost how to turn rocks into silly putty.
Oh yeah, yes. Maybe with sound.
Oh, dude, the
vibrations,
the levitating rocks thing.
Yes,
those videos where they like
Randall Carlson-esque kind of thing.
It's really cool. So like, I mean, if we wanted to spend an afternoon doing it, you know, levitating water droplets on speakers.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really easy to do.
Yeah, see, they do it with the water, but I'm ready to see the. They've been working on the technology to redo it with rocks and. Yes, to lift things. They're supposed to be releasing some of this. I don't know in what capacity, but they've been working on it for quite a few years to recreate some of this stuff.
There's are you familiar at all with superconductors?
Maybe a little bit. Why don't you break it down here for me?
It's like these things. They're these magnets basically that when they get really fucking cold, they can quantumly lock shit, and so like it'll just like float there, like locked in position, and you can't move it or anything. It's like some really obscure combinations, like Uribium, blah 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 blah. It's like shit you can't make at your house. It's because like if they
have special access to these elements.
Yeah, if they find a way to make like superconductors like available to you like locally, it'll like change transportation and everything.
They don't want that happening.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, I really don't know if we found out a way, you know, tomorrow how to make post scarcity happen. I'm sure we would.
Yes.
Because like the people in charge, I'm sure they don't like that their lifestyle is like, okay, I've made a ton of money. Now for the rest of my life, I have to just hand it out to people.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
that's what your job is when you're rich, is you hand out money to people.
Yes, and that brings us back to this video. That's what the U.S. Army's doing. That's why they're invading all these countries, so they can go get all the money that's being handed out.
Capitalism is like electing who's going to give the next generation of people money.
Yes, yes.
It's like
yes.
How stingy are they going to be?
Yes, when Trump had his turn, it was the veterans. Yeah. It was the right side of the government. Okay, that's who was going to get the money.
Dude,
flip flops. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, and then dude, Biden came in. I don't know, who did he benefit immediately? He did a sick move with the whole just like, we're just gonna send you money.
Oh yeah, we're just gonna send you. Well, that was started by Donald Day.
Donald
Day Trump.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
he first got that in rolling.
Oh yeah.
Yes. The checks for the pandemic. Yeah.
Thanks for that. I mean, I didn't take it, but I got the money on my tax return.
Yes, that was the best part of that. That was the best part of
the
that.
Fucking $3,000 plus tax return. I appreciate that.
Thank you for that.
That was
helped,
sick.
Yes, for once, they helped us with the tax thing.
I just didn't work for 6 months.
There you go. It's okay. You were doing your art thing. You were an oppressed artist.
Yeah.
Just like some of the guys in the Middle East.
I got my dude. Without my year of rest and relaxation, we might not have the Kill Podcasters Network.
Yes, I think we might not have had some of these terrorist forces if we would have gave them some years of rest and relaxation.
Oh yeah.
Also.
You know what? Let's send them a bag of weed and an I'm sorry card.
Yes, instead of sending SEAL teams over there, we should send them these gift bags. Tell them we're sorry about some of this stuff and that they can chill and hang out. Send them some good weed,
dude. I think it's really funny if we were just like, guys, we're so sorry.
Let's send the SEAL team to say sorry.
And we just pulled out of everywhere we didn't even know it was bad. We just pretend to be stupid.
Yes, Bush sent us here. It was all his idea. We're sorry.
We just woke up every day and went to work, and we didn't even realize we've been in Afghanistan 16 years.
Oh yeah,
that was cool. Actually, that's how Joe Biden came out swinging. He pulled out of Afghanistan.
Yes.
Which people were on the fence about because the Taliban took over, and I'm like,
we're upset about it.
I'm like, yo, guys, the Taliban was popularly elected.
Oh yeah,
they won. Probably by sheer fear. I don't know how politics work over there.
Yeah,
but
we haven't had a first-hand account.
Yeah,
but we haven't visited there like we have Kyoto.
Yeah, I think because people call them the Taliban. It's the same reason why they call it, the Israel-Hamas conflict instead of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. It's because it sounds like a terrorist group instead of a group of people.
Oh yeah. What's funny about the whole Afghanistan thing was the president that we put into place there. He used to be a teacher at a university here in America who taught on dictators who were put into place, and he wrote a book on how to on uncovering how to get out of the countries once they're destabilizing. And he did exactly that himself. Took all the money and got out of the country at the last minute. Just abandoned the country.
This guy,
he taught a class on this.
He put his cards on the table and just stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
That's nuts as fuck. It's
did we install that guy?
Yes.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We set all that up. We trained their military and everything, and that's who was most scared was the military guys that we set up who were from there, because they knew as soon as we left, it was open season for the guys that they considered traitors. They were the most scared and upset with Biden about that.
Oh my god, yeah. And you know what's weird? It's basically all we did was go over there and put up a bunch of hair salons and McDonald's. We didn't do anything.
And that was for some of our guys.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, yeah, that's true. They did install some of the Western kind of businesses that were in there.
Oh yeah, a ton.
Allow the women to not have to wear the burqas and everything. And
as a kid,
that went right back into law, by the way.
I don't know what I thought people in the Middle East were doing all day while these wars were going on.
Just hanging out.
When there's a war going on in your country,
still living their lives.
You have to go to work.
You still have to live your life.
How gay is that? Yes. You have to go to work.
Well, why do you think some of these guys are more willing to join some of these groups?
It's probably more fun than work.
Rebellion groups, yes. Yeah. Some of them a lot of them are farmers. They don't want to fucking slave away all day in the farm with the cows and the sheep and fucking. Yeah. They want to go do something like that, something more meaningful.
Just go pilfer towns.
They want to take a bomb and put it on a truck and drive it into a fort. That sounds a lot more exciting than milking a goat.
Frankly,
yes, I understand. I get the mentality with some of that stuff.
Boko Haram was just like American graffiti, but it got out of hand.
Yes.
They just wanted to hang out before they went away to college.
Yeah, yes, it's going to end the same way too. Okay?
With the soulful credit sequence and a "Where Are They Now" segment.
Yes. It shows 3 of them. Oh, they went away to war. They didn't come back. Johnny didn't come back. So back to this Wesley video. I just got to say, it's not that it was some big secret that was planned for decades and decades and decades that we would try to go into some of these countries and install democracies. This was a part of the Bush administration. Okay, this is basically, think of it as a business model.
It was a part of the Bush senior.
Yes,
policy.
No, for sure.
New World Order.
Yes. Well, going back to his dad, this is a business for these people. You guys got to remember some of this stuff, okay?
Yeah, that's how they make the money.
Yes, it's a giant money-making operation, okay? doesn't all have to be laden in conspiracy, or some people put the satanic spin on it and all this stuff, New World Order kind of thing.
The military-industrial complex is really transparent.
It's kind of straightforward. That's kind of what I'm getting at with some of this stuff, you know?
It's like Gerald Ford became president and extended Vietnam by several years, even though he didn't need to. Want to know why? Because he ran a company called Helicopter before he became president. And guess what Helicopter made?
What did they make? Flying things, maybe?
They made all of the helicopters for the Vietnam War.
Wow.
And a lot of...
No wonder they crashed a lot of those days. We lost a lot of those back then.
And so Gerald Ford transferred his majority interest in Helicopter to his wife. And she became the CEO of Helicopter, and they maintained a government contract.
Of course.
In fact, so yeah.
And they kept losing so many. They kept producing more, and they're making more money. I mean, they threw those things over there like tennis balls, dude.
Seriously.
Tennis ball over the fence, basically, with these helicopters. Okay, once it's gone, you just get another one. Okay.
Yeah, so Gerald Ford made billions on extending Vietnam. And it's just like
a couple of presidents got
and that's
money out of that.
you don't George Carlin said it best, like, you don't need a conspiracy when interests converge. Like, you don't need to formally agree and sit down and go, we're all going to do this because we want to make money. You just all happen to be making money from oil, so we're not going to stop anybody.
Yes, and more or less they're just going to figure out how can we make this even bigger. How can we continue to profit off of these things that we're already involved in?
Yeah, like anyone would in a business scenario. You're not just going to like, okay, well, I guess we're all tapped out.
Yes.
Like no one that's been successful in a venture is just going to like let it slip away, especially when they've been successful to the tune of dozens of billions of dollars.
Oh, yes. And when you're all that high up and you're all already working together, you're going to have a bunch of cross-sectioning interests as well. I mean, there's, it's like I said, it's very straightforward.
Yeah, it's like,
and I get people being upset about some of that, and they think it's corporate greed and destabilizing people's societies and cultures and messing with lives. But I mean, this is what these people dabble in at these levels. It's what's going on. You know what I mean? You kind of got to deal with some of this stuff, guys. Okay?
It's statecraft.
I'm gonna have to just like break it to you. You got to just deal with some of this. This is gonna be around for your whole life, okay? Yeah. As upset about it as you get. That's why I like kind of step out of it in the morality sense wise, because you can feel a certain way about it and be like, well, that's not kind of cool, which is that's the right way, but it's gonna be there.
Yeah.
Okay, and you just kind of got to live your life day to day. All right, do what you're interested in. If you're not up at this higher level, you shouldn't be too getting up in arms about it. Okay.
I think those are wise words.
You know what I mean? I mean, for real.
Yeah, seriously. What can you do?
Don't live every waking moment, every breath by being upset about this and letting it control you, because then you're leaving messages on a podcast telling them that it's a comedy show, but you need them to talk about these serious issues no matter what. Do you know what I'm saying here? Okay. Now let's take it. Can we take this in a different direction?
Absolutely.
Man. Okay, let's watch something funny here. Okay, I've got a different internet personality besides the great General Wesley Clark here. Let's check back in with one of my favorite internet guys, his Trax.
Oh, Trax.
We got a Trax video.
Dude,
okay?
It's been a minute since we've dealt with Trax.
Yeah, so I'm going to quickly break this down so this video makes a little bit more sense. He's got some internet feud going with some guy from the United Kingdom or Ireland or something like that, and they've just been talking a lot of shit. And I like what he did here, okay? He's on the street all the time offering gold for guessing how much whatever is and offering all kinds of jewelry.
Yeah.
Well, in here, he's offering people silver to talk shit about a guy in a photo. I thought this was interesting. I was like, I wish I would. Here, play the video. Let's see what he does here.
For some fucking silver out here. Hey, sir, can I interest you in a kilogram of silver?
Yes.
Please? Can I interest you in a kilogram of silver?
Kilogram
of silver? I'll give you a kilogram of silver. Just say something bad about this guy right here, this punk, this coward. What does that mean? Scum. Scum? Here you go. Thank you. Inshallah. Yeah.
Inshallah.
He looks like a fucking tampon.
Pick the right guy.
He looks like
it's really taking root over there, ain't it?
He looks like he has blood dripping down his leg from his fanny.
Like a bitch, right?
Like a bitch, man.
All right, here's a kilo right here and some coins. Yeah. It's all silver. All right. Thank you for your help.
Well, man.
Yeah, tax write-off.
I'm gonna get him. 8 p.m. Thursday, you punk bastard, bro. You know what's gonna happen. It's an ounce right here, right in a fucking Dublin
He's
River.
throwing away the precious metals in the water.
Now we're off to Belfast.
We're leaving them in
Let's
nowhere.
see if someone's
Man,
gonna
he's
help
got
me
a lot of
insult
money
this
if he's just
punk
like able to leave these things. He probably went back and grabbed that stack.
Oh well, no, all that's comped, man.
Oh yes.
All that's a tax write-off. This is all Traxman.
I lost all of the traction figures.
Yeah.
Remember the Traxman, everybody? They're called traction figures. Okay.
I don't think those are going to get a lot of traction.
The one thing I will say about this that is not on the positive is that he's got to. How cheap is it? He's got to pay people to talk shit. Okay? He's got to pay thousands of dollars in comped metal to get people to talk shit. Couldn't he could easily just ask people to talk shit, and they probably would.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know the story between these two. Maybe I'll have to do some research. I know they've been going back and forth, but I just thought we'd check back in with him. Yes, he's still up to his old ways. He's still throwing away precious metals. He's dumping them into a river in Dublin. Now he's going around the world and throwing away his metal, okay?
I guess it's as valid as using it for science, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I wonder if he'd let you come into a store and throw some of this stuff around. It's
Yo,
like
Trax,
one of those rage rooms.
I heard you ain't rich like that. You gonna let me break 5 Rolexes right now?
Yes, Trax. This is a new business idea, from new business model. You need a Trax rage room.
Yeah.
Okay, where I can break some cases.
Some Rolexes.
Yes, I can break some of your showcases, okay? Snap some of the chains.
I want to put a diamond through a watermelon.
Yes, I'm going to put some traction figures in somebody. Hide them in somebody. I thought that was good. I like that a lot. There's one more guy I'd like to check back in with, a newer contender for the show, Jesse Lee Peterson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a Jesse Lee Peterson here. He's going to upset some people. I figured it more near the end of the show, it'd upset some people.
Dude, Jesse is just so funny.
I think this is Obey, I believe. This one's about women obeying men. Already a touchy subject, I'm sure.
You're gonna get the same thing with Jesse Lee Peterson
every time.
Every time.
This is why I know it's always going to be good.
On that first date, that should be your first question. If I don't plan to marry now, but if we get married, will you obey? And if you say, well, what do you mean by obey? Well, thanks for that question. Bye. There are never two leaders in a home.
Yes.
There's the president and the vice president.
It's
and
much like the show.
Is the president. Bye.
That's funny.
Just get up and leave.
Bye.
See, now this has been a recurring thing with people don't know this maybe with Tanner Streams. We talk a lot. We've been talking a lot about using motivation music for some of your shorts and your clips. Okay, it really gives emotion to what you're saying. Okay, and Jesse Lee Peterson knows how to do it.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that emotional? It started out romantic almost.
Just arpeggiating.
Yes, I thought that was a beautiful clip of. Yes, say when we get married, are we going to obey?
Will you obey when we get married?
What do you mean?
Bye, bitch.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. You know what I
get up and leave.
Here's what I don't understand about Jesse Lee Peterson. Does he really talk like that? Because
you think that's just on the air thing?
I think it might be, because if he's not intellectually disabled, speaks like that, and has his really good vocabulary, and frankly, he has an ability to make cogent arguments in the moment. He's a smart fella, real smart. So the fact that he talks like a fucking, I don't know, like he is molasses, bothers me.
A lot of spacing.
There's so much,
almost like he's trying to do a parable, but it's not it's not an analogy.
It feels a little preachery. Like I don't know, it comes from a real place. Like
that may run in his roots.
It could. It very could.
Which he might take offense to that.
He
honestly.
does. I mean, I don't know. He's a. Oh well, he was a fucking cotton picker in Jim Crow, Alabama. I believe that's his backstory.
Are you serious?
100%. Yeah.
Really? No, that I didn't know.
And he's like, his whole bit, and this is why people hate Jesse Lee Peterson. He's like, and it was better.
Oh yeah, yes. And I took away a lot of attributes, and I'm stronger, and I'm better, and I thank the white man for this opportunity. He's one of the.
He's like Thomas Sowell.
Yes, he's like Sam Jackson from Django. He's very happy to be where he is.
Do you know Thomas Sowell?
I don't think so.
He's another guy. He's like if Cornel West was Jesse Lee Peterson.
Okay.
So like he's like a libertarian guy, and he'll come out and he'll be like, the black youth unemployment rate is higher now than it was during the Great Depression.
Oh yeah.
And so he'll just rattle off stats
Yes.
I guess to shame black people into going to work or something. I don't quite understand his objective.
Getting to how the culture's a problem is what they'll say. Yes.
He's very much.
I've heard these sentiments before.
He's very much like an Americanist. Like, let's just all get on the same page, and we'll get freedoms through the markets. Like, he's one of those guys. And,
pull yourself up by the bootstraps.
And you know what? If you're like white and don't have any problems, it goes down super easy.
True.
Love me some libertarianism when I don't have any financial problems.
This is what I mean too. Like, and if you are a white man with not a lot of problems, tribulations, don't get all up in arms about a lot of stuff. Okay, that you don't need the government. Don't get all up in arms about these conspiracies.
Hey,
live your life and relax a little bit. Okay, this is some easy time for you. Okay, you don't have to force yourself through any of this stuff.
No.
Okay.
Hey, I was thinking about inventing some problems for myself because I read something on the internet.
Yes. There are some other peoples here in America and the world going through some actual problems right now. And why don't you just let them figure their things out and work it through it, okay? You don't have to make it your problem too, okay? You can support people, but still not have to, get all up in arms.
Yeah, I mean, the white people have so many other delicate problems to deal with, like mewing.
Yes, like running a podcast.
Yeah, podcasting.
Podcast. It's very, very tough doing this. Okay?
Sanding your boat.
Yeah, sanding your boat, trying to keep your flight logs from being released. It's very, it's very hard.
Shoveling snow because white people pick dog shit ass places to live.
Yes. Yes, the very desolate, cold places.
I bet black people in like Detroit and Chicago are like, why are we like we're like the one group of black people that picked somewhere full of fucking snow. Fuck.
Well, dude, that's how I feel sometimes when it snow falls here. I'm like, why did my people choose this place? Like, why the fuck did they come here? Why couldn't they go a little more south and stay there?
Argentina, Ireland,
yes,
the weather's nice.
Yes, my people should have been from South America. I understand them now.
I might just go to Argentina.
Oh, kind of like the Fuhrer.
Yeah.
I heard that's where he went. Okay, I heard him and what's his lady's name? What was her name?
Ava Braun.
I heard him and Ava Braun made it there.
I don't think they made it. You would recognize Hitler.
That's that show. Have you seen that show, Finding Hitler?
No.
With the ex-Green Beret and a couple guys, and they go to South America and they're looking for evidence that he was there, and they come upon, there are some towns down there that are full, yes, and they think this is why. There was some of that.
There were
some
people,
of them did escape to there. It doesn't mean the Fuhrer went there.
I mean, there were Germans that were either, Jewish or not Jewish, fleeing Germany since 1933. I mean, like the second that political power shift happened,
yes,
people were fleeing just because it's like, I mean, dude, if America started like arbitrarily like removing people from positions of power because of their religion, I would probably also move countries.
Yeah,
because like there was
problems.
Yeah, before like what a lot of people consider the Holocaust started, there was a huge ramp up time of just like getting Jews out of power and like the law offices and like the medical field,
getting rid of literature and arts,
academia.
Yes.
And just whole colleges shut down.
Yes, I feel like we're on that trajectory.
I think
with the arts, at least, especially some entertainment stuff, we're not, where it's frowned upon, and some things are getting taken away from us.
I think we're very close to just getting people burning down colleges
over podcasts, and
yeah,
even some of the teachers are upsetting the students to where they're getting them kicked out and not allowed to speak on certain things.
Dude, it's great. And here's the thing, man. Like, I was really sold on like the classroom in the West being like a bastion of like free thought, and like you're going to be able to engage in a dialogue,
a sacred place,
a sacred place.
Yes.
No, the decorum there of it's just not existent.
Yes, we need to look at academia in the schools and the university classrooms. We need to look at them like we look at the gym. Okay. You're in there to grow. You're in there to test your strengths, especially mentally. That's what we need to do. We need to start looking at the schools like they're gyms, okay?
Yeah.
Treat them in the same caliber, okay? You got to respect other people that are in there. There's all kinds of rules that go very similar.
Yeah, if you sweat on something, wipe it off. Maybe schools could learn from gyms in a lot of ways.
Yes, when you get up from your seat, make sure to spray it and clean it down. Yes, dude, ask somebody to spot you, okay?
Oh, dude,
we're in the classroom.
We're at an hour 40 on the death clock.
Are we really?
Yeah, okay. I'm getting kind of tie-tie, man.
Kind of tie-tie. Yes, I see. I'm wearing him out with this show. Okay, it gets tough.
I'm like a beaten horse.
Yes, that's kind of what happens. I got to feed you another carrot. I got one more carrot for you, and then we can finish. Okay.
Oh hell yeah, man.
Okay. This is going to be an old clip. Okay. And speaking of, we were talking about Nazis. I want you to type in Nazis. Okay.
Wow.
Yes. This is going to be an explanation of Nazis and elves. I meant to type elves, not elves like from mythology.
Oh,
more like Santa's.
Extremely low frequencies.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a conspiracy. Actually, I know some stuff about. We can contribute to.
You do know a little bit about this?
I know.
I thought this was all bullshit from this little skit here. You'll see what I'm talking about. We'll play this, and I think he's talking about Santa here.
Wait 1 second. I got some. It's so weird. I got some like audio interference on my Bluetooth connection.
Is it from
it's
Twilight Zone?
I think someone's just broadcasting something on the same signal, but I'm getting it crossed
You're
somehow.
Listening to somebody's Tubi account.
I'm listening. I'm listening to someone watch the Flintstones in Viva Rock Vegas.
Oh yeah, I just watched the first Flintstones, by the way, again.
Really?
Yes, that's weird that you bring that up.
That's so funny. Why did you watch that?
Because it was just on, and it was there on Hulu, and I just clicked it, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it. It was actually pretty good. I forgot how good that Kyle MacLachlan was in that. I forgot. Halle Berry.
Did he play Barney?
No, Kyle MacLachlan plays the like evil boss.
Oh, Rick Moranis plays Barney.
Yes, Rick Moranis. Rosie O'Donnell is in this. Rick Moranis' wife.
Weird. Yes. She's a terrible Betty.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's not
good in the role. But
she's
like,
supposed to be a teeny little thing.
Yeah, like a Betty Boop, like a caveman Betty Boop.
But that was a misstep.
Yeah, I mean, just Betty was the most bangable on the Flintstones, dude.
Yes, Goodman was a good pick though.
Nailed that.
There could have been nobody else.
I think that was the only idea they had for the movie. What if John Goodman was Fred Flintstone?
That might have been where it came from.
100%.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
The jaw that knows.
The only other person, Jackie Gleason, maybe would have been.
Oh, Gleason would have been good.
That would have been a good precursor.
Yeah.
If they had done a first live action.
Dude, the first
60s or something.
movie adaptation from TV is Flintstones. Jackie Gleason is Fred Flintstone.
To the moon. Beating her with a big wooden club.
One of these days, Wilma.
Yes.
Whack.
Yes. Like, we need a crossover from the Honeymooners and the Flintstones.
The Honey Rockers.
Yes, the Honey Rock. Damn, that's good. That actually kind of goes hand in hand because he's got like a goofy dumb friend that's got his own lady.
No, the Flintstones is just the Honeymooners.
But back in the BC days.
Yeah, it's
I never put that together.
Yeah, it's two married guys who live next to each other.
Wow. Dude, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I Love Lucy is just what if it was about the girls.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At that point in time, there was really only like one format for television shows.
For sitcoms, yes.
Yeah, and it was you're at home, someone comes over and says something.
Yes, it all changed with Happy Days.
Wait, they're literally knock-knock jokes.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
I'll start with a knock at the door. But anyways, extremely low frequency waves.
From the Flintstones back to the Nazis and elves. You never know where Deathcamp is going to go, everybody, okay?
Well, are you familiar with the movie Elves?
No.
It is about Nazis breeding a race of super elves to take over the world.
Okay,
yes.
Maybe that's what this is rooted in then. Okay. Because I thought this was all hypothetical bullshit for this thing.
I'll tell you how bullshit it is.
Oh, wow.
If he says Antarctica, we can just immediately write it off.
Hey, don't talk shit about the ice ring, okay?
Connection between the elves and the Nazis.
There are two schools of thought.
What are they?
One, the Nazis experimented with elves as assassination teams. Small, easily hidden, silent, vicious. They have magical powers. They can't be hurt or killed. They
It's
eat
making
anything.
sense.
They're a perfect soldier. The problem is, there's no such thing.
What else is there? Tell me some more.
Theory 2.
Is this from the movie Elves?
Were a genetic engineering experiment. Now, I like
this is from the movie Elves.
Oh, this is from the movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Did have some clever scientists. This was before today's technology, of course.
True.
Each elf was to house the haploid gene structure in its sperm cells to produce the master race. Once again, magical powers can't be hurt or killed. Driven to select the genetically perfect human mate, the proverbial virgin, of course. Holy midnight consummation on Christmas Eve.
Wait a minute.
Oh.
Tonight, you mean...
The elf mates with a virgin on Christmas Eve to produce the master race, and it will eventually rule the world.
And I think it's like his
But
niece.
once again, the problem
Oh,
is
no.
there
Yeah,
is
it's like
no
Nazi
such
incest.
thing, no
This is a horror
elves.
movie? Because that's a horror.
Yeah.
Dear God.
No, it's a really dark movie, and you know the horror effects are shot pretty well, despite this being shot on shitio.
Elves.
That's me. That's me. I was like, elf.
When you said, oh, I meant to type in elf, and I was like, oh, extremely low frequencies. Yeah, sure. That's a real weapon that people experimented with. And it can cause earthquakes and shit. But yeah, this is just a really funny movie that you can probably find on Tubi right now, or YouTube for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Tubi. Filling in the spots and the spaces where Netflix and Hulu can't. And Paramount Plus loses its edge. You can go to Tubi.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, free. Everything's free with ads, okay?
Everything's free with ads.
Dude, we've learned a lot today.
Yeah, we did.
All the way from King Solomon to Jeffrey Epstein's doors, okay? To his Temple Mount, all right? And then all the way to the Flintstones meeting the Nazis and their elves. I think that's pretty incredible. We had a good day. Oh, yeah, I got to give a shout out to Sabat at the beginning.
Sabat.
I got to be honest. That clip has been with us since the beginning. I've been waiting for a good time to use it, and I was like, let's just get it so I can get it out of the fucking way. Get it off the roster. Why don't you give me some music here, and we can wrap up here. Get out of here. Get out of the studio and trek the storm. I'm going to feel like Kurt Russell from that John Carpenter movie trying to get out of here. There we go. Yes, everybody. If you enjoy the episode today, I want you to give it a like. Comment down below. Go to all the links. Share the show, okay? And then visit us at killpodcasters.com. Visit us on Twitter. I'm at StoneFoxDetroit, at Piss Magazine, okay? I love you guys. Do you love the audience too, King Tanner?
I love you guys.
I had a good time today. Thank you for watching, everybody. King David. King Keith David. Take it away.
Stone Fox is done for today. Thank you for stopping by. Tune in again next time on American Death Camp. Remember to subscribe and follow the show and other shows on the Kill Podcasters Network.